poor boy, whose mother was dying, walked out into the darkness, searching for help. But on the empty road, a mysterious man stopped him and whispered, "I can save your mother if you give me your faith." The moment the boy looked into his eyes, his soul trembled, because this was no ordinary man. It was Satan. Far from Jerusalem, in a small village of Judea, there were tiny houses made of stone and clay. At night, families lit oil lamps, and every morning the village woke to the sounds of sheep and camels. In that village lived a 14-year-old boy named Eliab. His father had been killed during a Roman attack. Now the only family he had left was his sick mother, Miriam. Every day, Eliab worked as a shepherd, earning just enough bread to survive. And every night, he prayed beside his mother's bed. But her condition kept getting worse. One cold night, Miriam suddenly struggled to breathe. Terrified, Eliab ran into the dark streets, searching for water and help. The village was silent. Only a few torches flickered in the wind. Then, he saw a man standing in the shadows. A long black robe, a strange smile, and eyes that looked like burning fire. The man spoke softly.
"Your mother is dying, isn't she?" Eliab stepped back in fear. "Who are you?" The man slowly opened his hand. Inside were shining gold coins. "Take these. Buy medicine. Buy food. Save your mother. But in return, give me your faith." Eliab's hands trembled. He had never seen so much gold before. Then suddenly, footsteps echoed behind him. A man in a simple white and brown robe slowly walked toward them. Peace filled his face. Kindness filled his eyes. It was Jesus. Satan stepped back, but the terrifying smile remained on his face. Jesus looked at Eliab and gently said, "Not everything that shines carries light." Eliab broke down in tears. "But my mother is dying. What should I do?" Jesus placed a hand on his shoulder. Fear makes the human heart weak, and Satan always enters through the door of fear. Satan suddenly shouted, "I give people what they truly want: bread, money, power." The wind grew violent. The oil lamps around the village began to go out. People shut their doors in fear. Satan pointed at Eliab and yelled, "Look at this boy! He doesn't need faith. He needs help." For a moment, Eliab hesitated. He looked at the gold coins, then remembered his mother lying weak and helpless at home. Tears rolled down his face. Jesus spoke calmly. "If you make a deal with darkness,
it will eventually take everything from you." The night suddenly became silent. Slowly, Eliab dropped the coins onto the ground. The moment they touched the earth, the gold turned into black smoke. Satan's face twisted with rage. He screamed, "As long as fear exists, I will always return." But Jesus stood without fear. And wherever faith lives, you will always lose. Suddenly, lightning flashed across the sky. A powerful wind swept through the village, and Satan disappeared into the darkness. A little later, Jesus entered Eliab's small home and prayed beside Miriam. The next morning, as the sun rose over Judea, Miriam was breathing peacefully again. Eliab cried tears of joy. Jesus smiled gently, then continued walking toward the next village. But that night, Eliab learned something he would never forget. Satan defeats people through fear, but faith is stronger than darkness.